How's it going, everybody? John MacLennan here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to play Before You Accuse Me as recorded by Eric Clapton on guitar from the Unplugged album. If you follow my work here on the channel, you know that I've done a number of songs from this album, and this is the first track off the album. It's a blues in the key of E that Eric Clapton plays with a pretty unique fingerstyle approach. I'm going to break down one chorus of this 12-bar blues pretty much note for note to the way Eric Clapton plays it, and it'll give you an idea of how to approach playing rhythm guitar in this style. Also, a few weeks back, I posted a video called Stevie Ray Vaughan's Secret Rhythm, and this was about playing Life by the Drop and how a lot of people, when they play it, they miss this one key thing. Well, guess what? Clapton is using that same technique, but instead of with a pick, he's using his thumb. So you're going to want to check out that other video as well for a more in-depth explanation of this technique. I'll link it up down below. But before we get into the lesson, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, and I really appreciate you checking out the links down below if you're interested in improving your blues guitar playing. I've got a free training that you can get down below, as well as a book I wrote that's got over 100 licks and exercises in it, all about soloing, called Melodic Expressions. So be sure to check that out at the link below, and with that said, let's dive into today's lesson. All right, let's learn how to play Before You Accuse Me by Eric Clapton from the Unplugged record on guitar. Now, this song is essentially a 12-bar blues in the key of E, and Clapton plays this 12-bar progression over and over, and there's three main points that I want you to take away from today's video. So here's what the first 12 bars sounds like, and we're going to take this as our example as we work through this lesson. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now, I made a video a few weeks back about Stevie Ray Vaughan's Secret Rhythm, and this is the idea of taking a 12-bar blues rhythm pattern and adding some muting in between. It would definitely be a good idea to check out that video for more information on this sort of playing style, but the basic idea is we're taking our 12-bar blues rhythm pattern, and the way most people play it, it sounds like this. And the way most people play it, it sounds like this when they're beginning. But we're going to rest with our thumb. In the Stevie Ray Vaughan video, we were doing it with a pick, but now we're going to do this with our thumb. It's going to come back and rest on the low E as we also, at the same time, we're going to release the pressure of this second fret. So it's going to be like this. And we're going to get these little rests in between every eighth note. Then another thing that Clapton does, well, first of all, he actually uses his pinky here in the video. He goes first finger to pinky. And then on the and of 4, he'll play like open strings going to the next chord. So it would sound like this. That's a really cool little sound. It just fills the space, and then you're back to the A chord there. So it's E for a bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then to the A, then back to E. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Then he'll bring in his other fingers. So he's a lot of times just using his thumb, but then he'll do his index finger and his middle finger, and sometimes he'll kind of slap the guitar as well. So there's a lot going on, and I think he's just kind of playing from a feel, so it's not like the same pattern every time. He's just like playing over a blues, and however it works out, he just has played it so many times that he's got it down and can kind of edit it on the fly. So what I would do here after you do, so you do a bar of E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, then a bar of A, then 2 bars of E, but we're gonna go do this little Clapton lick where he plays the low E, and then it's like you make an A chord here. Now I'm doing this bass note, then a pinch, bass note, low E, then I'm pinching with my index and middle on the 2nd and 3rd strings. So bass, pinch, then I'm gonna do a 3-finger pinch, so I'll pinch all of those, but I'll switch back to an E chord with my 1st finger off, and then hammer down with your 1st finger going to that E chord. So it's like an E minor for a second to an E major. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3, which is a super common blues thing, is adding that triplet 4 and a 1 rhythm. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1. Jimmy Page would do that. Stevie Ray Vaughan would do that. All kinds of blues players. So the first 4 bars sound like this. Notice I'm playing those open strings, and the thumb is a great finger to strum with. So point number 1 so far is you have to mute to get that sound. You know, I played it for a lot of years, just palm muting it. Now, palm muting kind of gets the sound, but having that mute in there really makes a big difference in the groove and just the overall sound of it. So that's point number 1, and that's the first 4 bars. Let's check out the next 4 bars. We're going to play 2 bars of A, back to 2 bars of E, like this. So again, the same thing. Going back to that E. So 2 bars of A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 2nd bar. Back to E, then we'll do the riff. Then we're walking up to the B7 chord for our last 4 bars. Now notice that Clapton does these fills in between the vocal, like if you think of "Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself." So the guitar gets a little busier in the gaps there, and that's a really important lesson for learning to accompany a singer. And Clapton, of course, is doing a great job here. So the last 4 bars, we go to B7, then A, then we do this classic acoustic blues turnaround, Clapton style. So all together. So what that is there is based off of, it looks like your D7 chord, just 2 frets higher, which makes it an E7. So he's playing the low E in the bass, and he's pinching and getting this melody. 4th fret, open, 4th fret, then open, 3rd fret, 4th fret. So, and then it comes down here, 2, 0, then the low E string, and then a strum. Now, one thing I want to talk about here, this is point number 2, is that the thumb rhythm is often locked to the fingers. So for example, with Clapton, he's going, so every time he's playing all those notes, there's also a low E with it. So see that? You can even see in the Unplugged video, you'll see they zoom in on his fingers, and you see just like his thumb and index pinching, you know, on the... on the lower ones, or it could be thumb and middle. He also plays up here by the neck a lot. Kind of gets more of a bluesier and old school blues sound. So that's point number 2. And point number 3 would be that he's kind of blending. At times he's picking the strings like this, but then often that'll switch more to like a brush. And that's sort of the old school blues sound, I think, is kind of just brushing versus pinching in sort of a fingerstyle way. So this is just brushing here. So then a B7, that's the bass note, and then the fingers. So the last 4 bars go like this. So let's play this blues, all 12 bars, one time from the top for context. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Have fun practicing this song. Make sure to play it along with the recording. And I really hope that those 3 points that we went over today help give you some insight into playing in this style. Before you go, don't forget to click the link down below where you can get free blues training videos that are going to detail out a lot of these concepts that we talked about in today's video, as well as give you a book all about soloing. So check that out at the link below. As always, leave your song requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next lesson.